All right, so today we're going to be making chocolate pudding. So we'll start with 2 cups of sugar. Then 3/4 a cup of cocoa. One cup of cornstarch. That's just the rest of this bag. Then we'll do 1 teaspoon of salt. 11 cups of milk. Here we go. And then there is 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then 2 tablespoons of butter. And this is just so it doesn't boil up over the sides when we go to put it on the heat. Alright, so this is ready to get put on the stove now. So the pot's on the stove now, and you just whisk up all the ingredients that you added. So that way it's all combined. This is a really good recipe and all of the kids like it. So then this just has to heat up and thicken up, and then we'll see it when it's ready. Okay, so now it's been on the stove for about 10 minutes. And this is the consistency of it. It's a little bit thin, but what we're gonna do is make these into pudding pops and then put the rest in the fridge and it will finish thickening up. Alrighty, so we're just gonna take, I'm using a measuring cup, and we're going to put it in our popsicle mold. These are one of the kids' favorites. I mean, who doesn't like pudding pops? So we're just gonna fill these up. And this is why I didn't, you could let it cook down a little bit longer to make it a little bit thicker. That will work fine if you're just making pudding. But if you're making pudding pops, I like not to do it all the way because it's a lot easier to pour without being it super thick. And if you take and you put this in the fridge afterwards, you won't need to cook it anymore. You can just put it in the fridge and it will thicken right up for you. So this is a favorite. I'm glad that everyone's outside, or else they might be, when are we having pudding pops? I like to, once I fill these, I'll let it cool down on the counter until it's about room temperature. I'll wait like an hour before I put it in the freezer just so it's not so hot, but I like to pour it while it's hot so it pours easily. Because the more it cools down, then the thicker it gets. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Would you mind grabbing a bowl? I think there might be some white bowls under there. Okay, so
the cupboard bowl?
yeah, that's fine. So I'm just gonna have that there for a minute. And don't want to waste that. This is such a great way to use up milk. This works well too if you have dry milk. These come out fine with dry milk. So I'm going to put the tops on and then put my sticks in. I like to leave about 1 inch to 2 inches of stick hanging out. You don't want to shove them all the way to the bottom, but leave a little bit up so the kids have a good handle, as well as you don't want it to go to the top of the pop anyway. So we'll put these in, and then I'm going to show you the pudding. So that made 10 pops there. And then I'm just going to dump this in the bowl. Woo. So we'll let that cool down, and then we'll put a lid on it and throw it in the fridge, and then we have pudding and pudding pops, and I'll be back once they're done.